Hi again. So now I'm going to talk about the second part of this AKS, this standard, this skills that we're learning during this quarter. And something really important that we're going to be doing this quarter is adding and subtracting. But not only adding and subtracting, but also understanding that actually adding and subtracting are related. That when you are adding and you're subtracting, you are kind of like doing the opposite, and that we can actually use what we call a fact family to solve word problems. So I'm going to talk about fact families really quick with all of you, so for you to understand how we are teaching this. So when we are adding and subtracting, we are going to be using this triangle that you see over here to show them that adding and subtracting, like I was saying before, they're related. So if I have an equation, if I have the numbers, if I have 3 plus 5, and I know that 3 plus 5 equals 8, I also know that 5 plus 3 equals 8 as well. But I also know that if I subtract 8 from 5, I'm going to get my 3. And 8 minus 3 equals 5. So these three numbers, 8, 3, 5, belong to a family. So I'm going to give you an example really quick. And I'm going to go back to this one to show you how we teach this. So if I give them two numbers, for example, if I give them, let me take this off, the number 7 and the number 3, and I want to figure this one out, I can actually use my fact family equations. So I have the 7, and the 7 is going to be my total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I have 7 and 7 is my total, and I know that one of the items is going to be 3, to figure out the other one, I only have to take 3 from 7, and then whatever is left is going to be my third number. And I know that 4 plus 3 equals 7. Now that I know that, I can complete the rest of my equations. Now that I know that 4 plus 3 equals 7, I know that this is my third number. And I know that also 4 plus 3 equals 7, but I can also change the order. And 3 plus 4 still equals 7. This is what I did. And sometimes they don't realize that. 3 plus 4 equals 7, but 4 plus 3 equals 7 as well. Now I'm going to start with the big number, with the 7. I have 7, and if I take 4 from 7, I'm going to have 3 left. But also, I can do the opposite. If I have 7, and I take 3, I have 4 left. And this is how we do family facts. Why do we do this? Because eventually I'm going to give students problems that are going to be a little bit more complicated. I'm going to give them a problem like 4 plus something equals 12. And to solve this problem, if they are really good at fact families, they are going to realize that to solve this problem, they can just subtract 4 from 12. They can do 12 minus 4, and whatever the answer is going to be the number that I have to put over here. So if I take 4 away from 12, that is 8, I can also solve this equation over here because 4 plus 8 equals 12. So that's why we are using this fact family chart, and also because it's going to help them really understand the relationship between addition and subtraction and how they are related. So let me go back over here really quick. And now here, like you see some examples down here, now they're going to be able to solve all these equations. It doesn't matter which part is missing. If they really understand fact families, it doesn't matter which part is missing. They're going to be able to solve the problem. But if they don't really understand this, they're going to have a hard time solving a problem like 5 equals something minus 3. Now the next thing is going to be different strategies to add and subtract. And here, I really like this part over here. I don't know why, but it's just because we are teaching students different ways to solve a problem, different strategies, and students are going to choose the one that works best for them, or maybe depending on the numbers, they're going to choose one or another. But we have different strategies, like you see over here, counting on, making 10, change the order, doubles plus 1, or decomposing. So I'm going to explain them to you really quick, and I'm going to go back to my projector, and I'm going to try to make this one more, okay? And let me get a better marker. So this one. Okay, so the first one that we have was, or one of the ones that we have is making 10. So if I have a number like 3 plus 9, for example, and I want to know what it is, I can use the strategy called making 10, making a 10. So how do I make a 10? I have a number over here that is really, really close to 10. And for those that are visual learners, I can use my 10 frames. So I'm going to draw my 10 frame for you to see how it works. Okay. And then I have 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. And 9 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to tell, oh, no 10, 9, sorry. So I'm going to tell them, okay, this one is almost 10. I need one more. So I'm going to take one from here, and I'm going to move it down here. Now I have 10. Now I have 2 over here and 10 over here. Now really quick, in my head, I know that 10 plus 2 equals 12. That's how the strategy works. And I can do it one more time really quick. So for example, 4 plus 8, that it is a little bit different. So I'm going to do the same thing. I have my 10 frames. And once they do this a couple of times, well, more than a couple, they're going to be able to do it in their heads. So I have my 4 dots up here and 8 down here. And then quickly I see that I need 2 more to be able to make a 10. So I'm going to move this one down here, and I need 1 more from here. Now I have 10 and 2 up here. 10 plus 2 equals 12. That's how you do this strategy. Another strategy that we do is doubles plus 1. So if I have a number like 6 plus 7, these are almost doubles. It's almost 6 plus 6. It's almost. I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I tell them, ooh, they're almost doubles, but not quite. I'm going to take this apart And now there are doubles. Now I have 6 plus 6 over here. 6 plus 6. And I know, because I learned this in kindergarten, that 6 plus 6 equals 12. I know that in my head. But I have one more over here. So I need to add 1 to the 12 to get my answer. 6 plus 6 equals 12, plus one more, that's 13. Eventually, when they don't need the cubes anymore, they can do something like, they can just break the 8 apart into 1 and 7. Then they see here the double. 7 plus 7 equals, and I tell them, okay, 7 plus 7 equals 14. One more, 15. And eventually they can do it in their heads after they get a lot of practice. Another one is switching. So if I have 6, let me start with it, 2 plus 6, I tell them, okay, you have 2 plus 6, and you can start with the 2. 1, 2. But what about if we switch the order around? It is the same. 6 plus 2 is the same as 2 plus 6. So once they understand that concept, they can start to practice how to count on. And counting on, basically what it is, you put the bigger number in your head, and then you count on the smallest number. So you put 6 in your head, and then 7, 8. You go 6, 7, 8. Because at the beginning in first grade, they're going to try to use their fingers to count. But they're going to try to put both numbers in their fingers. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So instead of starting counting the 6, they don't need to do that, because they already know that I have 6 over here. So I put 6 in my head, and then I count on 2 more. And so I have counting on, making 10, change the order, doubles plus 1, and then decomposing. Decomposing, what it is when you are subtracting. So if you are subtracting 14 minus 5, basically this is the same idea as making 10 that I told you before, but subtracting. So I'm going to try to make this one a 10. So to make this one a 10, I need to take 4 from 14. So if I take 4 from 14, 10 minus 4, let me see. 14 minus 4, I'm going to have 10. But this is not a 4, this is a 5. And 5 is 4 plus 1. So first, I'm going to subtract this 4 to get a 10. Then when I have a 10, that is an easy number for them, I can subtract the rest, the 1. 10 minus 1 equals 9. So I'm going to do it one more time. So what you're doing, if you have, for example, 16 minus 8, first of all, I'm going to decompose the 8, and I'm going to use the 6 plus 2, because 6 plus 2 equals 8, sorry. And then now I can subtract 16 minus 6, the first number, to get an easy and beautiful 10. I'm done with this one. Now it's going to be 10 minus 2. That equals 8. So we're just subtracting a little bit at a time to get an easier number. The 10 is always an easy number for them, and we're going to always try to get a 10. Okay, let me go back over here, and I'm going to stop now because I'm almost up with my time.